EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. You talk about this Falcon defense. They're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Let's go.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped.
Let's go now.
That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Hands it off out of the gun. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 20-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
70 Timberwolves.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. They'll start the drive with Hare. And, right away, he lost the football. And one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobweb. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Here's Hurts to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect. That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
This is fielded at the 27. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 39 yards there, a big one. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. That's his 19th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, and he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Hurts. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
60 Maverick.
They'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Right there.
And the slot man goes in motion left. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
Okay, ready.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
19 Tigers. Unlock Lions.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field. And we are ready to rock. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
2nd down. Here's Hurts. The catch is made by Ellington. And out across midfield down to the 45. 27 yards there, a first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late.
Taking it right down Broadway. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Jalen Hurts, 45 yards. And the Falcons are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Right back to him on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. The Seahawks send out their punter. as he'll come on to kick this one away. Pulled in at the 24. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
2nd and 10. In motion, Slayton. Hurts sets up to throw it. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lawrence. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. He'll look to throw. Now this thrown deep for Slayton. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Caught. It's Ellington. Now the Seahawks going to use the 1st of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Ready, break.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on her. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Good. Hey, Silver. Foul that Getty. Hey.
They'll throw now on the final play. Now this thrown deep for Slayton. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. They'll set up a throw. That's complete to Slayton. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
A short throw to Musgrave. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Harris running straight ahead. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. Again, it's Harris. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll set up to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Let's go now.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready.
Now back to throw. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And got his man complete. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 8 on the year. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play action. Here's Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
That is caught. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. They'll look to throw here. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Catch is made by Metcalf. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 27-yard line. On first down, Hurts. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Seahawks will take over here at their own 14-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter. There he goes, left side. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 154 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodon.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been a bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Second and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on third down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on third down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down. Back to throw. Touchdown, Seahawks. Jalen Waddle, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the fourth quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. He's got a man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Here's Hurts to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Lawrence. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2nd down and 3.
Hey, let's go.
They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Lawrence. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Lawrence. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Back to throw again. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. That's Drew Sanders who got in there and dropped him.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. DK Metcalf with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 221 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
This offensive line starting to win up front. You win that battle in the trenches, you can kind of wear them down here late.
So you bring in the second part to that equation, and that's the big running back, the big bruiser, who can get more than what's blocked and break a few extra tackles and gain yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll swing this out to Tony. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
Come on. Hey.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. So the victory here for Seattle. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Seahawks, they improved to 11-5 now with 1 week remaining. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.